Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
It's been a hard day in the city. It affects you in the most peculiar way. Adults, they don't.
Hey everyone, this is the last descriptor video for the album Artificial Insanity by TRISKELYON. The last song, similar to the first album, is a cover song. And again, I went with something that was not typical that you'd expect from a thrash band to cover maybe. I picked a song that was not originally a metal song and did my best to turn it into some kind of a thrashy, upbeat metal tune. So the band this time, the first album was Billy Idol, a band that I liked a lot as a kid, still like now. And the band for this album is a band from Canada that were really huge in the early 80s here in Canada. And as a young person getting into music and eventually heavier music, of course we all start somewhere. And I remember getting this band's album from Columbia House on cassette. It was their first album. It's called Standing in the Dark, and it was from 1983. So here we go. Very, very metal looking album cover. As a kid, I really liked this guy's jacket. Mark Holmes, the bass player, singer of Platinum Blonde, of course, with his white and red biker coat. So this album was huge as a kid. I really liked it. And so when I was looking for a song to cover from the album, I thought of, probably my favorite song on here, which is a big hit, and it's called Doesn't Really Matter. This song is was a radio hit. It was probably #1 in Canada. I didn't look up the stats, but it was a really big song. The band was big. So anyway, that's why I chose the song, just to do something different and something that I liked as a kid. I still like the band today, of course, otherwise I wouldn't have covered it. And again, just to do something different. And so besides myself on this one, we have, again, Raul, and I just want to give a shout out to him. He's on almost all the songs on the album. Working with him has been awesome because I send him my initial ideas, just my guitars, record it to a click. And very quickly he understands what it is I'm going for, and he might make a suggestion or two about things, but typically he really gets it and knows what I'm looking for and nails it every time. So just want to send out some shout out to Raul for doing such a killer job on both albums. So besides Raul, basically we got the lineup here of my band Category 6. It's almost as if Category 6 is on the TRISKELYON album, which is fine by me. We have Keith Jackman on bass guitar, and of course the wonderful Amanda Jackman. She is the vocalist in Category 6, and she's on this song. I was hoping to have her on more than one song on the album, but unfortunately, she didn't have the time to do more than one, but luckily she's on this one. And the only guidance I gave to her was at the end of the song, the original singer, Mark, gets really screamy at the end, and it's pretty intense, and I knew she could do it, but it's not typically what you've heard her sing in I guess in Category 6. So I said, really give it at the end and give it your all. And I want to hear some really good screaming. So the end of the song especially really blew my mind because it was something a little bit different and really intense. And I just think it was such an amazing job she did on the vocals. So the song, we heavied it up. It has a couple double kick parts in there to bring it some life. More distorted guitars than the original. It's a bit heavier. I think it is heavier. I really like listening to our version that we did of this. I like it more than the original even, which is blasphemous to say maybe for some, but I just think it just really took the song somewhere special. So I hope you like the song. I think it's killer. If you liked Platinum Blonde as a younger person, or if you still like them now, maybe you'll like it. Maybe it'll be your gateway into checking out our music because you're a Platinum Blonde fan and you don't like, thrash metal, but we'll see. Another shout out, the intro speaking bit is a friend of mine from the UK, Jo Cluth. She did the intro "Are You Sitting Comfortably" spoken part, because the original had, of course, I believe it was Mark's mom did it, and she was British because he originally immigrated from the UK to Canada. They kind of started with, you know, he almost sounded like he wasn't Canadian. He almost had a British accent on some of his singing, and kind of their early roots are kind of punky, and when they began in the late 70s and early 80s, and they gradually drifted further and further from that as their albums go by, and they got more, I guess, new wave and Duran Duran-ish kind of sound, which there's nothing wrong with. I like that too. But their first album, Standing in the Dark, is a freaking classic of Canadian rock, and hopefully we did it justice to covering the song. It doesn't really matter. Thanks for watching the descriptor videos. Cheers.
And if you were to